Hi guys, thanks so much for tuning into my channel. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe, all right? Gotta get that out the way first. Now, the reason why I'm here today is one, just to kind of just be real with you all. I really wanted to kind of sit and reflect as December is coming to a close and the new year is quickly approaching. I really wanted to just reflect on 2017 and, kind of just, I guess, give you some inspiration for your new year. So if you don't know, I moved here to New York City in June of this year, 2017. So I quit my job. My last day at my job was, when was my last day at my job? I think my last day in corporate America was like June 2nd. And then June 6th is when my mother and I took that 10-hour drive to come up here to New York. And honestly, things have just been rolling and going ever since. I know I've had a lot of people ask me, okay, how were you able to do it? Like, oh my God, it seems like you're rolling, things are going good. But let's take it some steps back. When I graduated college, I moved to Savannah, Georgia, where I worked for a off-price retailer for about 2 years. This was my first time in corporate America, so as a millennial, we're always we want to do stuff that we love, we feel like we need to be happy doing what we love. So, honestly, those 2 years, I would complain. It went by super fast. Those 2 years went. I would complain, but looking back on it, those 2 years, I needed that time to really get myself together, learn who Crystal was, really, or who Crystal is, that makes more sense. I had to really learn who I am as a person, really get the idea of working in corporate America and learning how to play the game in corporate America, because that's all it is, in all honesty. When you work in corporate America, it's a game. So those 2 years, I learned how to play that game. But those 2 years outside of work were very stressful. I dealt with some crazy stuff, from my roommate being crazy, calling the police on me, changing the locks, to my so-called boyfriend who came to visit me. Come to find out, he had cheated on me the day before with another girl. Then my job, they were trying to stifle me and not really progress me forward in my career. And I just felt honestly, Savannah was hard. Savannah was hard, but I made it through. And I only made it through really because of God. I had some amazing friends and family in my circle, who, or in my corner, who just really kept putting love and telling me, it's gonna be okay, it's gonna be okay. But not until I really took the time and, talked with God, read the word, and just prayed and told him of my issues, of my concerns, and just really just gave it all to him. And when I tell you those 2 years went by like this, yeah, it was some rocky times where I didn't think that, oh, I'm not gonna be able to make it. Your girl was honestly, I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? But God, he was there every step of the way. So I moved back to Charlotte, working with another retailer, doing inventory management. Yeah, I feel like I have worked in Savannah long enough in those 2 years in a corporate setting to know when I like something and when it's nah, girl, this is not for you. I was at my job for maybe about 6 months and I was nah, girl, this is not for you. But I needed a job, you know what I'm saying? I had finally moved into my own place, so that was cool. But I had to pay bills, I had debt from buying my computer to getting credit cards that I didn't need and wasn't paying on. So I had debt that I needed to get rid of, student loans. So, I needed to work. But I was yeah, this isn't for me. You know what I mean? And so deep down, I always knew that New York was an idea. It was a move that I wanted to make. And after seeing God work in Savannah in so many ways, I knew sooner or later he would get me here to New York. I just didn't know how and I didn't know when. But I began to pray, and just, truly just pray and tell God, honestly, if this is for me, open the doors. Because right now, you know what I'm saying, I didn't really know a lot of people in New York. So it's open the doors. And if it's for me to move and, transition up there, then so be it. I just started working on my portfolio, really building up my communication skills and all of that nature. Because I knew that when I moved, if I didn't have a job, I would have to sell myself. You know what I mean? When you speak to somebody, one thing I love, I guess this is kind of jumping too far ahead, but no, one thing that I really love about New York is that you can be next to someone who could change your life, especially when it comes to your career. So you have to always be ready to sell yourself, to be able to speak to your abilities and, you know, the things that you can offer to that person. So yeah, so I was working on my communication skills and whatnot, and yeah, quit my job in June. June 6th, my mom and I, we packed up a little SUV with all the things that I was going to take with me, and we trekked on up that 10-hour ride here to New York City. And you know, like, I sold my car, got rid of my place, got rid of a lot of things, got rid of my amazing couch that I really loved, and I really could have used that later on down the line. I mean, I don't need it right now, but still. Anyway, so I sold all my things and I moved up here. And so, like I said, I always get the question, how are things so popping for you? Like, from being able to work on gigs such as the Adidas and Alexander Wang collaboration, the Swiss Beats and Bally collaboration, doing things with Glamour magazine, Paper magazine, celebrities like Catherine Bigelow, Marissa Tomei. I mean, honestly, the experiences have been tremendously, like, amazing. And I will not take credit for any of them, because none of these opportunities wouldn't have been available to me if I didn't have faith and trust God. I came up here knowing a friend who was already in the styling industry or the fashion industry. And, you know, I just told her, like, yo, I'm here. I'm ready to work. If you have anything that you need help with, let me know. And when I tell you that she plugged me in so many ways, like, and granted, you know what I'm saying, like, her plug got me in the door, you know what I'm saying, but my hard work and, you know, just God just shining through me and really allowing, like, my personality to that sounded so weird, my personality, but really allowing my personality to just shine through, like, it's enabled me to get gig after gig after gig. And sometimes, like, I just sit and think. And when I sit and think and really start to, like, let it all resonate, all the things that I've been able to do in just 6 months, like, I get chills. Like, I'm low-key getting chills right now, even though I got on this turtleneck, okay? Like, I get chills because it's like, in 6 months, God showed me that if you trust me and you have faith and you believe, I will do the unthinkable. I will open doors that you didn't even think existed. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say, no. It wasn't me. It wasn't me who did any of this. It wasn't me to be able to be here in Brooklyn, New York, filming. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy because I always talked about New York, New York, New York. And it's like now, you know, and I can't lie, before I made that move, a lot of my friends were going to DC. And I was like, dang, should I be going to DC? Like, DC seems like the move. DC seems hype. And I was kind of, like, jealous. Like, everybody was going to DC. But now, in hindsight, looking back on things, like, no. God made the right move. He did everything, because what I'm doing now, I definitely wouldn't have been able to do in DC. You know what I'm saying? Like, so all in all, I just tell you to have faith when it comes to your career, when it comes to your family. I guess I'm gonna be a little real right now. But I don't know if you read a previous post that I had on my blog, just talking about having faith when it came to my dad. So he's not doing too well. Just different health issues and complications. And, you know, like, being so many miles away and getting those bad news and getting those reports and stuff like that, like, you don't know how that really can affect you when you can't just get up and go. You know what I mean? So it's like, having that on my mind has not been easy. It's not been easy. But being able to have faith and really, like, trust God to know that whatever happens, my dad is in his hands. You know what I'm saying? No doctor, specialist can really depict what's going to be his next move. So all I can do is have faith. And when I tell you, that's definitely, I mean, it's natural to be worried. It's natural. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not no perfect Christian. I'm not a perfect person whatsoever. So naturally, yes, I have, like, this, like, in my stomach, like, oh my God, like, you know what I mean? But I just have to let it go and let God and really have faith and just trust that he's gonna have his will. And I was able to see him for over Thanksgiving, and that was really good. And to see that, you know, he still remembers who I am, and we were able to have a conversation, like, that just warmed my heart. But yeah, so when it comes to your career, when it comes to your family, relationships, whether it's like friends, love life, what have you, like, all in all, 2017 for me was a year of faith. Every chance I get, I highly, you know, I let it be known, like, oh, how did you do that, God? Oh, how are you staying in Brooklyn and not having to pay, in downtown Brooklyn, and not having to pay anything? God, how are you able to be on set with Diddy in French Montana? God, okay, so it all boils down to having faith in God, but also putting works and actions towards that faith. Because you can say, oh, I want to be the next such and such, and just chill at the crib. It's not going to just throw itself in your lap. Like, the editor of Essence is not just going to walk to your door and knock on your door and say, hey, do you want a job? No. So you have to be putting in that work behind the scenes. What God has shown me in these last 6 months has been nothing but amazing. So I can only imagine what he has in store for me in 2018. So I thought that it was time, you know, it's time for me to figure out what my mantra for 2018 is going to be. Because for 2017, it was all about having faith, but also I would always say, the worst they can say is no, so just ask. That's the mentality that I've had this whole year. Anything, whether it's a job, relationship, yeah, anything in life, the worst that someone can say is no. So just ask. Like, you have to get over that fear of someone saying no and being rejected. And then honestly, the world is yours. Truly, it really is. Like, you can accomplish anything, you know what I'm saying? So for 2018, I said that now it's time for me to really think, as the 2017 year comes to a close, it's really time for me to think what my mantra for 2018 will be. And my mantra for 2018 is straight out and simple. It's hustle. When I was, you know, in college or just getting out of college, I would always be like, oh yeah, I'm grinding, you know, I'm grinding. I really would not be grinding. I would not be up to the crack of dawn. If I was up to the crack of dawn, I'm watching TV, not really working on my brand or what have you. But for me, I always feel like I gotta be everywhere. You know, if my friends are having something, I gotta be there. If they trying to go on a trip, I gotta figure out a way to get there because I don't want to miss out. But really in 2018, like I said, my whole mantra is gonna be hustle. So when it comes to my brand, when it comes to developing my career, I'm gonna hustle. So I might not be able to make every event. Sorry, friends, in advance. I might not be able, you know what I'm saying, to go on every trip. And that's okay. Because I'm putting my focus, I'm putting my energy, my time, my money, I'm putting that all into my brand. Because at the end of the day, there will be more trips. You know, there will be more trips. There will be more fun to be had. But right now, it's really time to grind and really focus on what it is that you want to do and really set yourself up for the future. Forget good. I want to be great. And I want you to be great too. So as you get ready for your 2018 year, start to think, what is going to be your mantra? What is it going to be that you're going to live by to really follow out your year? You know, really think on that. All in all, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up and be sure, if you haven't already, to subscribe. Comment below and let me know what your mantra for 2018 is going to be. And I wish you nothing but peace, love, and happiness. Why do I sound like I'm on Soul Train? No, I'm saying, but no, I wish you nothing but an amazing end of the rest of your 2017. And let's get ready, because 2018, we are all gonna hustle. I mean, I'm a hustle. So if you're trying to be in my circle, you gotta hustle, because I don't want any non-hustlers around me. So, till next time.